All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathan Yala from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson. And I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now, in this lesson, I want to get into a situation that happened today where there was a once beloved brother that was in GMS Camp Atlanta. He was an officer. He got demoted. Then he got suspended. And then ultimately he got kicked out. Okay. And it was just because he just didn't want to listen and he didn't want to return and do what he was supposed to do in the truth, what he was obligated to do by being a part of this thing. All right. And, he had plenty of opportunity to do what he needed to do, but at every turn he was seeking those things that was of the world. Okay. So today he tried to commit suicide. He jumped off of a third floor balcony of his apartment, fell and bust his head open. So he's in the hospital right now at Grady. And this was a beloved brother. As I said, he was an officer. And he was very dear to me personally. He was a brother that I spent a lot of time with. We went on trips together. We went out together a lot. We broke bread a lot at my house. And this was something ongoing for years. This wasn't something that just, we did for a short period of time. And, to go from us breaking bread and doing the things that we were doing to the brother not being a part of the camp was devastating enough. But now the Lord bugged him out to where he tried to commit suicide. And, I will say this truth is not a game. This isn't, you hear in the mafia blood in, blood out. That this is exactly what this is. This is blood in, blood out, man. Once you come into this thing, if when you leave it, the Lord is going to bug you out. He's going to do something to you in one way or another to bug you out and to get you out of the game. At least you repent, And the brother was admonished, many times by many different brothers. The brother was encouraged to do what he needed to do. By the elders, especially by the elders and myself, because I told you, me and the brother was close. And the brother just didn't want to listen to nobody. He thought that he knew everything. And as the elder in the camp told me, and which is true, all men of the Lord know something. The scriptures say iron sharpeneth iron. So if iron is sharpening iron, you need to be a part of it. You need to be a tool. You can't get sharp by yourself. You need another piece of iron to sharpen you. So when you're sitting there thinking that you know it all and you got it, the Lord show you that you don't. Okay? The Lord show you that you don't have it. And none of us really have it like that. Okay? That's why we all supposed to stay humble in this thing, because any one of us can get taken out. We ain't up on no chariot yet. We ain't been delivered yet. We hope that we're of the elect. So we got to continue to do this thing and put on as the elect. Now, scriptures talk about, and I'm about to get it, that we have men that the Lord set up to help guide the flock. And when the flock is in error, those men, the shepherds, come and say, hey, no, this way. Not that way, this way. That way leads to doom and gloom. That way leads to danger. This way is safety. And it's up to us to take heed and to listen. Okay? And this is Hebrews 13:17. It says, obey them that have rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls. So they're looking out for us, man. The elders and the apostles, the ones that have been set, the camp heads, they're set there. The leadership is put in place to make sure the flock is moving in the right direction. Okay? Nobody told you to come out there. Well, the Spirit may have came to you and told you to go out there and stand out there and listen to these bros and to stand out on the highways and the byways. But at the end of the day, it's your 2 feet that brought you out there. You decided that you want to be a part of this truth, which means that you decided to commit yourselves to all of the rules and regulations that are involved in this, that come through these scriptures. Okay? So when you going off and the elders come to you and say, hey man, this is destructive, you should take heed and listen. You should take heed and listen. Okay? Those are the first things that he did. He wasn't take heed and listen. Now there's other things, you know, that because I spoke to his woman directly. I talked to her twice. The first time when she told me, and the second time, you know, I called her back to tell her, you know, what I was told to tell her. You know, to just be she believed just to pray for the brother because there's really nothing we can do. But then she went on to tell me that, hey, he was really bugging out. He was talking shit, you know. So he probably offended the Lord, talking shit, thinking that his words ain't being heard, doing things that he had no business doing. Because he's chasing something that is not meant for him to have. Okay? When the Lord don't want you to have something, you're not going to get it. No matter how much you want it. Okay? And that was something that he was doing. He was out here chasing this bag in the world. And the Lord don't want you to have a bag if you his. He may not. He may let you get it, but he may not. But obviously, in this particular case, he didn't want the brother to have it because his brother was putting that before the truth. And when the elders came to him and told him, hey, man, hey, you need to back on up. And you need to get back and focus on your first love. He casually blew it off. Like, well, you know, we can agree to disagree. And I'm just going to go ahead and work on my career. Like it was nothing. Like, oh, well, you know, I can just go ahead and leave. No, bro, it's not that simple. It's blood in, blood out. Okay? The Lord is going to require something from you for abandoning this truth. Okay? Now I'm going to continue on. It says, as they must give an account. So the men that watch over you, they got to give an account for you. They have taken responsibility for you, man. The men of the Lord that stand up there in at the heads, they take responsibility for the flock. They've been charged with guiding the flock. That's a big responsibility. And it's your duty to follow them. And it says that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. Nobody want to be like, man, this guy. You don't want to hear them saying that, man, this guy right here. Oh, it's always this guy. I got to keep this guy. No, you're not supposed to grieve the elders, man. And that's something that, you know, was done a lot by this guy. And the end result is the Lord bugged him out to where, you know, he jumped off a third story balcony. Now, when I talked to his woman told me, she said that she was telling him, this is what she said. She said, you know, Nate, I was telling him, you know, he needed to do the work. He needed to go back into doing the work. This is his woman telling him he needed to repent. He needed to stop doing all the stuff that he's been trying to do. You know, I'm working. I'm taking care of the house. We're good. We don't need, you know, you need to do what you've been doing. But he has delusions of grandeur. She was telling me that he wanted to be an athlete and get back into that. And he wanted to do this and do this. And I'm sitting up here like, this guy right here, like he just didn't learn. And then she told me that he was talking shit. And I was like, oh, okay. I ain't going into what he was saying, but she said that he was just always talking. Yeah, well, you know what? He was talking shit. That's what he was doing. And I don't know if he was talking bad about the brothers or he was talking bad about the Lord, but he was saying some stuff that he wasn't supposed to say. Now I'm gonna grab a precept on that. This is the book of Job. This is the book of Job 2. And I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, then said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God and die. Verse 10, it says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh? and not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. You may have thought some crazy shit all day, but he never said it. You see, that tongue can get you in trouble, man. That mouth can get you in trouble. You know, just because you're saying it behind closed doors don't mean that the Lord ain't hear you. Every idle word you're going to give an account for. This truth is not no joke, man. You know? And instead of praying to the Lord and doing those things that are pleasing to the Lord, what you try to do, you try to commit suicide. You try to take your own life. And the scriptures clearly say, you know, I'm going to just grab it. Wisdom of Solomon. I have it pulled up. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 12. It says, seek not death in error of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your own hands. Hey man, you supposed to endure this hardness like a good soldier, man. You're not supposed to put yourself in a position where you're trying to take your own life. Okay? When we say we believe in these scriptures, you got to truly believe in what it says, man. You just, all right, I'm going through something. You're not going through the Lord ain't putting you through the hell that you think you're going through. Okay? And listen to this very carefully. The hell that you're going through is equivalent to what the Lord thinks that you can bear. Okay? So you may sit there and say to yourself, well, you know, this brother catching hell. Yeah, well, you know what? The level of hell that you catching is equivalent to that hell that you can bear, man. The hell that I'm catching is equivalent. This is the level that it takes to try my faith. This is the level that it takes to try your faith. Not to break you, but to try you. You see? And of course, does it make you angry sometimes that the Lord is putting you through things? Yeah, who wants to go through anything that's uncomfortable? Who wants to go through stuff that makes them uncomfortable? But it's that uncomfortability that shows who you really are. Okay? So what do? You try to go out and you try to, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to go out into the world and I'm going to make my life better. No, it don't work like that, man. When the Lord put his thumb on you, you ain't getting out of that until the Lord ready to remove his thumb. It ain't nothing that you can do about that shit, man. You go to the left, nothing. You go to the right, nothing. You go backwards, nothing. You go forward, nothing. There's nothing that you can do until the Lord is ready to take his thumb off of you and give you a breath of fresh air. And sometimes he won't take his thumb off of you. He just leave the pressure on your ass. You know? And sometimes that's what it takes to put a man back in order. So this is a very fearful thing, you know, to where the Lord will bug your mind out so much that you'll commit suicide. You're in distress, but you didn't obey what the men before you, the heads that were telling you to do, so you won't come to this point. You didn't want to do it. I remember when the brother was telling me, he said, man, you know what? I need to make that money on Saturday, man. I'm thinking that, you know, maybe I can just do a makeup camp throughout the week because Saturday is the money day. I remember him telling me that. And I looked at him and said, bro, the Saturday camp is mandatory, bro. This ain't something that you can just, and I'm like, that's a ride share job you got. You can go after camp. You can go before camp and after camp. Well, you know, camp time is prime time, bro. You're just trying to make an excuse. And then this is what the conversation that him and I had. And I'm like, bro, you need to just go to camp. He said, well, I'm going to talk to the elders about it. And I'm like, that ain't going to work. And guess what? He went and talked to the elders about it. And guess what they said? That ain't going to work. You need to get to camp on Saturday. Now, sometimes do the jobs that we get interfere with camp? Yes, but you need to work to fix that. I've been in that situation where my job interfered with camp, but I worked to fix that. And other brothers work to fix that because guess what? This isn't secondary. This is primary. The work that we do is primary. We want this kingdom to fall. We want this place to go. We want to be called upon a chariot. We want to be with our Lord. We want to be in righteousness. We want to be at peace. We want the kingdom. We want to rule this place, man. So this thing is primary. It's not secondary. Okay? So seeking your life in your distress, man, you got demons on you, man. So this is Luke. Chapter 11. This was I want to slack you. Yeah, this was it. Luke 11 and 26. I'm going to start at verse 24. And this is Luke 11 and 24. And it says, when an unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest, and finding none, he said, I will return to my house whence I came. And when he come and findeth it swept and garnished, then goeth he and taketh to him 7 other spirits, which spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there, and the last state of the man is worse than the first. Hence, you bugged out, talking shit, trying to kill yourself. You cleaned your house, you came into the truth, you did the work, and then you left. After you being in the world, being in the world, coming out the world, and going back into it. Your latter state is worse than the first state. You were better off not even coming into the truth in the first place, man. And that's exactly what this man is going through right now. He's worse off than what he was before, trying to commit suicide, man. So this thing is no joke. Okay? This is no joke. This truth. This is to be taken seriously. All right? Look, I'm going through hard times myself. I ain't going to put it out there, but I'm going through a really hard time myself. You know, but I do my best to try to do the work. It's my primary thing. You know, because ultimately at the end of the day, I'm healthy. I have shelter. I eat every day, and I have clean clothing, and I can shower. These are the chief things in life. So if you have those things, you are better off than a lot of people in the world right now. And that is, you know what? Let me just grab this real quick. Let me see. 1 Timothy 6. 6. Yeah. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. Amen. Just having those chief things in life. Being healthy, having shelter, having good food on your plate, having clean clothing, and a clean body. I mean, I know we be wanting other things. We want niceties and shit like that. But at the end of the day, if you have the chief things in life, you have a lot more than a lot of other people in this world, man. And you need to be thankful to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for that. Are you healthy? I'm healthy. And I'm not saying that to be boastful, but I'm healthy. You know, I have all my faculties about me. Do you eat? Do you have a place to stay? Do you have clean clothing? Right? Do you shower? Well, if you have all those things, you're a lot better off than a lot of other people in the world right now. Okay? So there's a lot to be thankful for. Okay? So, I'm going to continue on with this. It says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we will carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us therewith Let us be therewith content. Why? Why do we need to be content with that? Verse 9, but that we will be rich, fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish, hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. This dude chasing stuff that he shouldn't be chasing. You know? Man, there's so many precepts that are coming to mind. I'm gonna grab another one. This is Ecclesiasticus 2 and 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. That's word patience. Let's just look up the definition of it. Web search, patience. Let's look into the etymology of it. It says, I'm gonna just get the etymology line. It says, mid 14th century, patientne, capable of enduring misfortune, suffering without complaint. Patience means to suffer without complaint, man. So when things happen, when things come upon you, you got to be patient and wait for the Lord to bring you out of it, man. Everything is temporary. Nothing is permanent. Okay? You might be up for a little while. You might be down for a little while. You might be in for a little while. You might be out for a little while. Everything, this world is temporal. Everything is temporary. Okay? Trust me, I know. Sometimes things get really hard. Sometimes things are really easy. Okay? But one thing is for certain, is that doing the work of the Lord is mandatory. Okay? And when an elder, a head, is giving you direction because they see you falling into a certain place that you shouldn't be, hey, you need to obey. You know what? Let me just look this up. I don't know exactly where it is. All right. This is This is 1 Samuel 5 and 23. It says, for rebellion is the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and adultery. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from becoming king. So you see that? So when you're being stubborn and you're being rebellious, that's a sin of witchcraft. Being stubborn is iniquity. Not listening, man. Not listening. Just do what you're supposed to do, man. It's not that hard. Now you're jumping off of 3rd, 4th balconies, and you know, do I sympathize? Do I have pity? Yes. But there ain't nothing that I can do. There's nothing that I can do but watch this play out. And hope that, you know, the brother repent. But outside of that, there's nothing that I can do. There ain't nothing none of us could do. This was something that the brother did to himself. Okay? He the one who let them demons in. He the one that was out talking shit, thinking that the Lord ain't gonna do nothing. Bro, you was in this thing. You read these scriptures. You know the Lord gonna do something about it. You know? So, you know, I just wanted to do this video. Man, just, you know, you got to remember, you know, I'm going to close out on that. Let me see me find that real quick. All right, this is Revelation 2 and 4 says, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love, which is this truth, man. Okay, this truth is, it's not secondary, it's primary. You know, you gotta make sure that you're prioritizing what's important. And this world is temporal, and everything in this world is going to pass away. But the word of the Lord is going to stand forever. You know. So, hey, this is just an admonishment and a warning to brothers, and this should put fear into you. You know, to see that the Lord, and it's been like 6 months, man, not even 6 months since the brother been put out the camp, and he committing suicide. That just shows you the seriousness of this. The Lord is pissed to bug this man out like that so quickly. So this should put fear into men that are, you know, hey, take this thing seriously. Take this thing seriously. This is serious business that we're doing here, man. All right? We're at the end of this thing, and the Lord ain't playing no games. So, you know, with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostle, Great Millstone. Until the next time, I say shalom.